We will now have presentation of awards to a number of people who have distinguished themselves in the community. Madam Councilwoman, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to join me on stage once again. I'm sorry about that. Can someone escort the Councilwoman, please? DV International Productions, ladies and gentlemen, is proud to present awards to the following. Starting first, Harold Paisady. Harold is currently the New York correspondent for Grenada Broadcasting Network and also the host of the cable TV program CultureShare, which highlights calypso, soca, steel band, and the carnival art forms. Mr. Paisady.
Let me just read the citation. Presented to Harold Paisady in recognition and appreciation of your dedicated service to the Caribbean American community, DEREK VENTOUR, Director, VD Productions, Inc., May 16th, 1999. Congratulations. Wait a minute.
Our next honoree is Joachim Mark. He is currently a project engineer with New York City's Bureau of Highways. Mr. Mark is also a community activist, journalist, author, radio commentator, and political analyst.
A political analyst. That is the dangerous part of it now. So I gotta walk straight. Presented to Mr. Mark in recognition and appreciation of your dedicated service to the Caribbean American community, DEREK VENTOUR, Director, VD Productions, Inc., May 16th, 1999. You are magical, you know that. You know I have a crush on you, you're such a darling.
Not the way you all think.
Whenever I receive a community service award, I always use the occasion to express gratitude to my wife. You see, there was a time I used to assist Grenadians to come to America, 422 of them. And my wife tolerated that. In fact, she provided accommodation for dozens of them. And so whenever I come up on an occasion like this, I don't want to accept all the praise of myself. This good woman has been particularly kind to me. And so I accept this also in her honor. Thank you very much.
Always good.
Next honoree, Nelson King. Currently, he is the North American correspondent for the Caribbean news agency, Kana, in both wire and radio services. He is senior writer at the Brooklyn-based Caribbean Life newspaper, of Ascension by birth.
Comes another one who writes in the press. You got to be careful, otherwise I write stuff you don't want to see or hear. But the press is a wonderful thing, and I am always so pleased that in our community we can now have writers who write about us and write from our own perspective. And as you know, Nelson King, you are one of my additional sons born in Vincy. And so I am pleased that this organization, because of your good work, seeks to honor you this afternoon. Presented to Nelson King in recognition, appreciation of your dedicated service to the Caribbean American community, DEREK VENTOUR, Director, VD Productions, Inc., May 16th, 1999. You deserve this, and continue to write and to make sure that at home they know what we do abroad as we know what happens in our own community.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman Clarke, and good afternoon to everyone. Councilwoman, I will make sure that you become our next congressperson. I'd like to thank the Almighty God for enabling me to stand before you this afternoon. I'd like to also thank Mr. DEREK VENTOUR, who has really been my good friend since those early days with the Heartbeat of the Caribbean, with Clark Tate as the producer. I'd also like to thank Don Bob, my compatriot, who from those very early days, he was the news director of Radio Antilles, and I was St. Vincent's correspondent. So Don, you have really done a good job, and it was really a pleasure working with you. I'd also like to thank the community for supporting me over the years, for being very constructive. Mr. Steve Alexander, the former Grenada Consul General, I'd like to single out for being one of my greatest critics. Steve, keep criticizing. That's the only how you will improve. And Councilwoman, I thank you again for, I could call her at midnight and she is there to furnish me with whatever information I need. So she is very exemplary. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my fiancé. Daft, stand and be recognized. And by the way, if you don't know, she'll shortly be my wife. Without her, I will not also be able to stand here. She has really been a tower of strength to me. And once more, continue reading, continue criticizing, because it's only through constructive criticism that I will be a better journalist. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next honoree, ladies and gentlemen, John Crow. A multi-talented individual. Crow is a performing artist, a photojournalist, producer, and host of the weekly informative cable television program Caribbean Classroom. John Crow.
John, Mr. Crow, you are doing it twice in the same week. You were just honored by the Comptroller of the City of New York. It means that your work is being recognized widely. And over the many years that I have known you, you have always contributed to the community in a very constructive way. So I am pleased to be able to present this to you, John Crow Alexander. In recognition and appreciation of your dedicated service to the Caribbean American community, DEREK VENTOUR, Director, VD Productions, Inc., May 16th, 1999. You scored twice in the same week.
Thank you. Let me say, first of all, to those of you who have supported the things that Derek has been trying to do and understand what he's trying to do, give yourselves a round of applause. I said at an interview one time, Brother Paisa here organized it, that a lot of times Derek is doing this and he's doing it out of pocket. He doesn't have any major corporations handing him millions of dollars. He's doing it based on the $2 and $20 and $10 that you pay coming through the doors. A few friends, the posters you see hanging on the walls, they're throwing a couple cents here and there. But it's through your support, he's able to bring these shows. Bringing a singer on Ola Duncan's caliber from Canada to New York, that's not an easy feat. Bringing first Heritage Theater from Grenada, that's not an easy feat. Today, and last time that they were here, the Family Theater from Grenada, how many, other than Calypsonians, how many other performers have you seen in New York? I thought so. Only when Derek brings them, you're going to see them. And I say this, I accept this award, and I cuss him out every time because I say, how come you're giving everybody an award? I'm working so hard with you and I can't get one. Because one of the things that we pride ourselves on, we don't start our programs an hour and a half late when we tell you it's 5 o'clock, do we? So those of all you who like to come late, or you always miss out on the opening act. So all you have to understand, once John Crow is the stage manager, be here at 5 o'clock when we say we're going to start. You see? Because we start on time. We ain't know this Caribbean time. All right? But anyway, I ain't going to preach to you. Those of you who watch Caribbean Classroom every Monday at 9 p.m. on BCAT, I thank you and I appreciate your support. I tried to do this program and I've been doing it for a few years now. It's on the air over 10 years. It's only about 3 or 4 years in Brooklyn, but it's been on in Queens for over 10 years. Caribbean Classroom is a special kind of a thing that I do voluntarily. The people who help me put it together, they're all volunteers. I work with Derek, and that too is a volunteer service. And so this is a special one because it's the first time I've been recognized by a Grenadian organization, a Grenadian anybody. This is special. I thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John Kerr. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple words from Councilwoman UNA CLARKE.
Thank you very much. Let me just say to my nephew, DEREK VENTOUR, who called me Auntie Una, how wonderful this evening is, the variety of music and entertainment. It tells you of all of the talent that come from our region that makes us proud of who we are and what we are. And I want to congratulate the organization for giving this wonderful concert this afternoon. I think we need to ask that it be done more often because everybody thinks that the only thing we can do is dance. They don't know that they don't understand that we have music appreciation and that we have a wide variety of skills, of talent within our community. And this evening is an example of one small sister nation on display. Can you imagine when we put all of what we got together? This country will not be able to stand us. So again, let me congratulate each and all of you, to the Council General, to our ambassador, to the former Council General, to all of us who are part of this community. We have a lot to be thankful for, and we must find enough time to thank our gifts and our talent to our community. And so I thank you for having me and for the tribute that was paid to me by the young, talented dancer. Vanessa, when you go off to college, don't forget to drop me a line because you never know, I may have to send you some pocket money once in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, Councilwoman UNA CLARKE. And for all his efforts, ladies and gentlemen, we just thought it fit that we should cite Mr. DEREK VENTOUR. There's a citation to be presented by the permanent representative of Grenada to the United Nations, Ambassador Lemuel Stanislaus.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Honorable Consul General of Grenada, City Councilwoman UNA CLARKE, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted beyond description to be asked to make this presentation on behalf of the Borough President of Brooklyn. Preparatory to doing so, I've followed with a lot of interest Derek's growth and development in these United States. I remember the first time that he had to MC a program, he came to me, to the office, and asked, can you give me a few tips? And I remember the tip I gave him was, when you're asked to speak, all that is necessary is a good beginning and a good ending. But the closer the ending is to the beginning, the better your remarks. I did hear he used that to great advantage. So not wanting to verbalize here, Derek, let me read the Borough President's citation to you. Office of the President, Borough of Brooklyn, City of New York, proclamation. Whereas it is a time-honored tradition in the Borough of Brooklyn to recognize outstanding contributions made by the many diverse ethnic groups that choose to live and to work in our great borough, thereby enriching the quality of life of all residents. And whereas on May 16, 1999, DEE International Productions Incorporated, a civic organization that seeks to promote Caribbean cultures in North America, hosts the Family Theater Company of Grenada at a stage presentation at Mahalia Jackson Intermediate High School in Brooklyn. And, just pardon me here, suffer from an allergy. And whereas, on behalf of all Brooklynites, I extend best wishes to DEREK VENTOUR, Director of DEE International Productions and the Family Theater Company of Grenada. Now, therefore, I, Howard Golden, President of the Borough of Brooklyn, do hereby proclaim May 16, 1999, DEE International Productions Incorporated presents the Family Theater Company of Grenada in Brooklyn, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Borough of Brooklyn to be affixed this 16th day of March 1999, 16th day of May 1999, Howard Golden, President of the Borough of Brooklyn. Congratulations, sir.
His Excellency, Ambassador Stanislaus, Consul General Ronald Charles, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, sponsors all. This proclamation means a lot to me. Without your support, I don't know how I would have done it. And I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you. I thank you so much.